Hi, and thanks for clicking on GodMomentsOutdoors.com. We're so glad you're here. My name's Mike Fackler, and this is this week's God Moment. A few weeks ago, it was about this time at night, and I was hanging out with my friends, kind of like I am right now, when all of a sudden out in the parking lot, one of my friends screamed and went running into the house. We followed her inside and we saw that her foot was swelling up. We said, "What happened?" And she says, "I don't know." And so we quickly figured out that she was bit by something. And so all of us guys go back outdoors and we're looking around on the ground for what bit her. And what we came across was a tiny scorpion. Just a little scorpion. It wasn't much bigger than this, but the damage that that thing caused on her foot, you wouldn't believe it even if we showed you. It was unbelievable how such a tiny little scorpion could inflict so much damage. And that's where this week's God Moment comes in. James, in the Bible, talks about our tongue. He talks about this tiny little body part that is able to inflict so much damage, and yet minutes later it can offer hope as well. Our tongues, man, sometimes we can lash out and we can strike at people and we can wound them as simple as that scorpion wounded my friend. And it's just such a tiny little organ, and yet it can inflict so much damage. Paul comes in on the backside and he says, "Hey guys, if you love Jesus, man, don't let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouth." He says this in Ephesians 4:29. Don't let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what's going to benefit those who listen, only what's going to benefit those who hear. So this week's God Moment, watch the words that you choose and choose your words carefully. Thanks for logging on to God Moments Outdoors. As you go throughout your week, pay attention to the words that you use. Please look us up on Facebook, because every week, this week, our posts are going to have to do with the words that we choose. We're glad to have you along. We look forward to seeing you next week on GodMomentsOutdoors.com.